Your husband is your lord. I don't deal with feminists. That one is their business.
All right.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Kenechukwu. So I'm here today on this podcast, and we're talking about lots of stuff. We're talking about what now? What
You forgot what you talked about. All the things that you said.
All right, so it should be an interesting one. Just take a listen. Take your time, sit back, relax.
Yeah. Disclaimer. I mentioned this in the beginning of the episode. If you're a strong feminist, there are some certain things that are said here that will trigger you. So this is a trigger warning.
That I'm not sorry for. Actually,
Of course, he's not sorry.
Good day, we will go to eat.
Do you know that Kenneth said that?
Good day.
Kenneth said that he rather marries a naive person that he can manipulate.
I was here, yes.
Say it in your own words.
I can remember I'm a young girl, small girl, 20, 21, 22.
That you can
and I'll be the
control.
one to teach you about life, about men.
Wow.
But if you have experience, those ones that have experience that have packed plenty boyfriends, I know they do.
Okay, guys, have fun listening. Bye.
Uncensored, the Unfiltered Truths podcast starts right about now.
Hello, guys. Hi. I'm very excited. Where's the mic? Okay. I'm very, very excited. Welcome to another interesting episode of the Uncensored podcast, and I am your host, Unyinye. So with me today, I have a very, very interesting, emphasis on interesting. I have an interesting guest with, a different kind of way of thinking. He might not agree, but his way of thinking is just different. I've known him for a while, Sha. We have history. We went to the same secondary school. So introduce yourself. Introduce yourself and what you believe in.
What I believe.
And what you believe in. Yeah.
All right. Good day, everyone. My name is Kenechukwu. So, what I believe, I believe I'm a traditional man.
Okay. Yes. Exactly. He's a traditional man.
I believe in the normal, natural order of things.
Okay. So let's start off. Let's start off by asking you what is the normal order of things?
In what aspect?
Okay, before I hit record, right, we're having like a heated argument because Kenneth will always come to my room, and I don't know how he used to line him into all these arguments that we're talking for hours on end. And every single time I'm done with an argument, I say I'm not going to argue with Kenneth again. But every single time he comes, we'll just find one topic. Like I don't know whether there's anything that we agree on.
Nothing.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything we agree on. So before I hit record, we're actually having a conversation. So Kenneth is a patriarchal man, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a lot of strong beliefs about some certain things. So I said, Abel, let him not talk again. Let me just bring out mic so that everybody can hear his own side. So at the end of the day, obviously some people will be on his side. You can let me know in the comment section, what you think. And also on my side, you can also talk about that as well. Basically just having a conversation. So let me start off from the conversation we're just having right now about whether it is okay. It is like I framed my question well, so listen to how the question is framed.
Okay.
Is it okay for a man, for a husband, to beat his wife, no matter the circumstances?
No matter the circumstances, it is. A man is not supposed to. I'll answer it this way: a man is not supposed to beat the wife, but if he does beat the wife, that is not something used to condemn or crucify him.
Okay.
He does not become a bad man or a terrible or an animal, like the cliche that people use around these days. An animal, a beast, blah blah blah. He's not all that because he beat the wife.
So a man can beat his wife.
Basically, yes. Under, depending on, some people say that a man should not beat his wife no matter
The circumstance.
No matter the circumstances.
Okay, you don't believe in that.
I don't agree with that.
So you're saying that there are some circumstances that would present themselves, and a man will have to beat his wife.
In fact, she should.
He should beat his wife.
He should. Now I don't want to say beat because, like I told you before, there's a difference between you taking a an action or a reflex action. Okay. There's a difference between, let's say you slap a person once, all right, and then you beating like you're trying to kill this person. They're different.
Okay.
So a man should not, in essence, beat the
his
woman
wife
like you are beating, you are punching her, you are kicking her, and so on.
But you can beat her.
Right?
If there's punching and kicking, you can punch her, but you should not kick her. No, answer me. Before we got to even classifying what beating is, I was asking, like, so it is sometimes necessary to, okay, let's use the word, you slap a woman.
Okay, yes.
It's necessary sometimes to slap a woman. So, in what scenarios would you say that it's okay to slap a woman?
It's hard for me to paint a scenario, but okay,
you've painted a lot of scenarios before.
I told you before.
Yeah.
All right. Now, lots of men are not good with words, with battering words. Okay. Now, words can sometimes be even more painful than physical violence. All right. So I've said it before that when between a married couple, all right, whatever the situation or the argument is about, okay, people should stay on the issue of argument and not begin to attack individuals. For instance, there's a money situation, and then you're not leaving the thing we are talking about, the issue we're talking about.
Yeah.
Then you begin to say you are this, you are that, you are this, you are that.
Okay, so when it
So,
gets to that point,
the point is, I said that there is something a woman will say to her husband.
Yes.
Okay. There are some things you should not say to the man that is marrying you. All right.
Okay. If you say those things,
you deserve to be slapped. Yes.
If you say those things, you deserve to be slapped.
Yes, I'll say it anyway.
Okay. So I also painted this scenario. You have a younger sister.
Yeah.
So if your sister is somebody that, I'm not saying she is, but imagine she's somebody that is very careless with words, right? And she has a husband like you that has the kind of mentality that you have. So if she starts to say some certain things that you're saying now, that if they say, they deserve to be slapped, and this thing has been repeating itself. There have been slaps flying here and there. The more he slaps her, the more she talks. And then she now comes back to you and says that she's tired of this marriage. And she comes back like with, swollen face and a black eye. And, she says she's done with the marriage. What is going to be your initial reaction? All right.
The first thing I'm going to do is to console her, first of all. I'll tell her, "Ma, sorry, oh."
Sorry,
That's the first thing. All right. Then the next thing will be to address the issue. All right. To ask the question, what caused this? Now, I also consider the fact. I've said it that there are men who are naturally violent. All right. That for them, they beat the woman constantly.
So, do you think that there's a difference between somebody that would slap a man, a man that would slap a woman when she makes harsh statements, and somebody that perpetually beats his wife for any and every reason?
There's a very big difference.
So two of them are not violent.
They are not. They are not the same person. Now
I'm trying to be as neutral as possible.
See, I believe that every single,
you're killing me. Every single what?
Every single man. All right. Every man has a violent side.
Every man has a violent side.
All right. Every man has a violent side.
Okay.
You just
not every person. Women don't have violent sides.
Women have violent sides, but to be honest, like, against the man, you're not strong enough. All right, the woman is not biologically strong enough to match a man's strength.
Okay,
that's why I said a man. All right, look at okay. You get it?
Okay, now I add that, but you can beat. Please translate this thing.
A man and the woman cannot fight. Why
can't they fight?
It's not a fair fight. The man will beat the woman now.
Very good. It's not a fair fight. So do you think that it's fair enough for you to exert your strength on a woman when you know that if push comes to shove, you can actually kill that woman?
People have different strengths, all right?
The
woman's strength is her tongue.
Okay.
All right? That is her strength.
Okay.
All right?
And the man's strength is his physical distance.
The man's strength is...
But is it a fair fight? Is it a fair fight?
The tongue against the fist?
Yes.
Okay, well, all right, now, bring your own... That is like we're bringing out our worst weapons here. Now, you can tell me who has the black eye at the end of the day. Now, I told you that there's a difference between a man that perpetually beats the wife and one that does so out of extreme provocation.
And you say they are not the same.
They are not the same
person.
Not the
same person.
Every man.
Now, from club dance, they start though.
Don't
you? Because I'm trying so hard to be like unbiased, but the things that this boy is saying. Wait. Yeah. The things that this boy is saying is driving me crazy.
Driving you crazy. Yeah,
and this is not the first time hearing it, but it's still driving me crazy.
Yeah.
So don't you think that man that is like you classified to be the violent one now did not start from all this small if you talk I slap you? You think that it didn't start from there? Do you think that a man would just come out one day openly and just start beating a woman extremely? Or you don't think that these are things that can now further lead to a man being violent in your words, like violent in your classification?
I don't believe that because people who, for instance, myself, I have beat my sister before. All right, not even when she was a little girl, in her teens. Okay. Now, I did not beat her you beat her in a very violent way to injure her or to wound her.
So why did you beat her?
Do I even remember what caused it now? But the point is that, like, to me, it's not a no-go area or a line you must not cross.
Oh, okay. Beating a woman is not a no-go. Like, you can cross the line if the woman does things that will warrant that beating.
Pure. Yes.
Okay. You had not finished answering the question about your sister comes back crying. Like, you've consoled her. And what's the next step?
If it is the first time it's happening.
It's not the first time it's happening. It's not the first time it's happening.
It has happened
currently. Like from the story I painted, like it has been happening, but she has not told you, right? So the day she's now coming, like with her face injured, her face battered, is the day she's now telling you like everything. Like this has been happening for a while now.
Then I will know first of all that the man is a violent man.
Why? Right? He was just slapped. He said you just said now that if a man slaps a woman for saying some certain things, that doesn't mean he's violent.
I said before we got on the mic that let's say there are two marriages here, okay? One, they've been married for over 7 years.
Yeah.
There's never been a case of any slapping. All right? Then suddenly you hear that the man slaps the wife. Okay? And then there's another marriage where you hear it all the time. Okay?
You're always beating.
The man is always beating the woman.
But you're deviating now. I've told you, I've given you a scenario.
But I'm trying to establish the fact that when that kind of thing happens to me or my sister, all right, I will try to find out what kind of beating, so to speak, is this.
What kind of beating?
Is it, wait, Cambia now?
Her face is black.
You don't get. I'm trying to make a point.
Okay.
Is it the one where is it that this man is beating this like beating his wife all the time, like it is his natural response to every little provocation,
or is only when he's provoked?
But then is it that something really extreme that should never happen between a married couple happened that caused him to act this way?
Can I have given you the scenario? I said that she has a sharp mouth. If
it is the first kind, if it is the first kind where that the man is very prone to getting physical with the wife, all right, then, well, first of all, as a Christian, we don't encourage divorce, all right. So the one thing is, try to don't get in that situation.
She's already in this situation. You're talking. I've given you a scenario. I've painted a scenario for you now. You're still saying try to find out.
We are going to counsel the man. All right. I will do my best to talk to the man and talk to my sister as well. All right.
So is it justified?
To my sister, I will say, try and avoid the things that cause these things. All right. If there are things you are saying to this man that is getting him, so angry, stop saying it. All right. I will try to teach her how to deal with men. All right. You don't deal with a man, but with all those shouting and all that. That's not how you. When you act that way, a man will naturally get defensive and violent towards you.
Okay,
I will teach her that, and then I'll not tell the man.
Before I forget this question.
Okay.
So all these things that you're doing now, like these are things that will happen like later on. Like I'm talking about like that day. So are you trying to say that now, when you finally find out that okay, it's because of her let's say 6 months of sharp mouth that her face is like this now. So is the way she's looking, is it justified because she has a sharp mouth?
In my ear.
Yes or no?
It's not justifiable.
It's not.
It's not justifiable.
Okay. So, I have a second question for you. So, you're the one that brought up this question, but I just want to ask again so that everybody can hear what you have to say. So, the question goes like this. So, you're married to a woman, right? And, she recently just gave birth, but she works for an international company. And they're supposed to go for a very, very important conference, one that should not be missed. And she would have to be away for 2 weeks, so that entails her traveling and leaving the child with you. In that situation, how would you react?
She recently just gave birth.
Yeah.
No.
Let's say not more than 6 weeks ago. No, because there's maternity leave. Do you understand?
Okay.
Let's say that she has given birth, right, and she's done with maternity leave, but the child is still very small,
very little and tender.
Very tender.
Now I'm answering this on the assumption that I, as the husband, that I am very financially comfortable.
Okay. Answer it in two scenarios. You're financially comfortable, and you're okay, but you're not that comfortable.
Okay. First of all, if I am financially comfortable as the man, all right, I will refuse you from going.
That you tell her not to go.
Yes.
You make sure that she does not go.
I will tell you not to go, and if you go, it will be a problem.
It will be a problem.
It will be a serious problem. All right. Now I'm asking on the assumption because that I am comfortable financially, and I am not always available to stay at home. Now, I said it before that a man's primary point of assignment is in the field, not at home.
In the field.
All right.
Okay.
It's a man's job to go out, get the bread, and it's a woman's job to be home and keep the home.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm answering this on the assumption that I'm not always I'm playing my role as the man. All right. I'm outside. I'm hustling. All right, and I'm bringing back the goods. Okay. And then you have a job that.
So why did you allow her to work in the first place? Like, not even allow. Why did you get married to somebody, and you had the conversation about, and you have this mentality, and you had the conversation about working, and you agreed that she would be working, and now she has gotten to this place in the corporate ladder, and you're now coming to say this.
Anyway, before I get married and I have that conversation with the person I want to marry, the conversation will not be that I will make it clear to the woman
from the beginning.
All right, that as God blesses me, all right, as your husband, it is my job to provide for you. I don't believe that a woman who is married should work for necessity. That is that if you don't work, you will not eat, you will not live a comfortable life. All right, but you can have dreams, you can have aspirations, okay. But then you understand that your job is not, it's just for yourself. All right, a man's money is the family's money. A woman's money is her own money. Okay, so that job you're doing, it's your own business, and I will not stop you. But then, if ever it starts to cut in or to prevent you from playing your roles as the wife, your primary role that in the home.
So
you can no longer take care of the kids.
Okay.
Then it won't work.
So answer the second scenario where like you're not financially there yet, and you definitely would like, okay, let's say, because obviously going for a conference for 2 weeks, definitely there's money involved, right? And you could actually make use of this money that will come out from this thing.
Now you see,
What will happen in that
it's hard
case?
for me to answer. A man who, let me say myself,
Okay.
a man who is not financially buoyant, of course, circumstances have changed. You have to allow her to go, and you have to step into that role because you are not playing your own role as the man.
Okay, so you're saying that you hugely believe in gender roles, right?
Of course.
And if as a man, like, you only have the right to make those certain demands
when
from a
you are
woman
playing your
when
role
you're also
efficiently.
playing your own role
If you're not doing
efficiently.
your own job, and then she's not the one doing your job,
Yeah.
then you have to do hers.
Okay.
You have to
So
step
you
in and
have
take
no
care of the
rights.
children.
Okay.
You can't
Okay.
say. You
So
should not say
okay,
that.
this one we're talking about money. Let's say, like, the primary reason for her doing that stuff is not money, right? It's just basically, more connections, because she's a human being climbing up the corporate ladder. She went to school. She's very well educated. So it's less about the money and more about how far she would go in the corporate world if she,
She goes there.
she goes there
and does all that.
and does all that. Exactly. Because so are you trying to say that, okay, as a woman you can have dreams and aspirations, but once it is now getting in the way of your primary role, in quoted marks, then those dreams should not be nurtured?
Now, see the thing here. I've said it before that I'm not a fan of career women, and by that I mean,
Please check whether this thing is green.
yeah, it's green.
Okay, continue.
They heard it. So I'm not a big fan of career women. By career women, I mean women who prioritize their careers at the expense of the family. All right, I believe very much in the family. Okay, the family is the number one thing. Okay,
For a woman or for a woman or
for everybody, for the woman and the man. Okay. Now that's why I said the working that the man is working, the money you are making is for your family.
That's what I'm saying. Like, right now we're talking about money again.
All right, your
We're
corporate.
talking about, like,
So do you care more about that corporate?
so I
thing or whatever?
I can't have a man that would, as much as I support his dreams and aspiration, also support my dreams and aspiration, and work together as a team to make sure that even though we are in a family and we have certain responsibilities, when the other person needs to do something that will help move that person's individual goal, you will not step in because it's coming in the way of your family duty. Is that what you're trying to say?
For me personally,
Yes.
I'm not going.
It's a conversation that
I'm
I'm
not going to allow some.
because
some
remember that like before she became your wife, she was a human being. So definitely she would have dreams and aspirations outside being a nurturer and caring for the family. So I think say that she should not pursue those dreams as an individual.
Now there is a time. Now your career can come anytime.
Your career can come anytime.
It can come. Let me say it this way: it can come after you. Let me give you the example of everybody
Here
knows.
we go.
Everybody knows Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, for instance. Okay. Now nobody heard about NOI until she was appointed as Minister of Finance under Jonathan's regime.
Don't you think that she was doing underground work before then?
Excuse me.
You're excused.
All right. But the point is that if you try and read about her, I think I've not really read, but I heard the story somewhere. That all her children, first of all, they are all well-to-do people in different sectors.
Yeah.
All right. So the point now is that she raised her children. All right. She did her job as the wife and as a mother. Okay, in raising her children. All right, and now she's the president of WTO.
Yeah.
Now see that
she's an inspiration to many young
for
women.
those first few early years of her life.
Yeah.
She committed those to being a wife and raising her children.
Do you
all right?
think that?
And once that is done, you can do whatever. You still have all your life ahead of you. You can do all your career, whatever.
I get what you're saying, but obviously I have something and I have a question to ask you. Obviously, like before she was appointed, She not just was in the house and they say, oh, there's this woman that has a great future. She was doing a lot of work already then. So that means she was not at home all the time, because for Obasanjo to have recognized that, it means that she was already working and doing things. You understand? So doesn't mean that her career started late when you started hearing about her. That's what I want to say. Now, secondly, I want to also ask, like, in that situation where you're saying that, okay, you can build your career later on, and you cited this example of Okonjo-Iweala, do you think that the man did not have any role to play in raising the children, one, especially when she had to do all this background work that even made her be noticed in the future? Do you think that she finished raising her children, then she now started working?
It's hard to talk about
exactly, because you don't know.
I don't know what happened in their family.
Yes,
all right?
but I want to just tell you now that for a woman as well renowned and as well versed in both character, career wise, as Okonjo-Iweala right now, it means that while she was giving birth and doing and having building up her family, she had immense support. Because if as a woman you want to dedicate your life to nurturing and raising your children, that same mark that she left when she left it, she would not have left it then. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because by the time you finish raising your children, I'm saying that she had support system. She had support system. Might have been her husband, might have been, I don't know, but I know for a fact that for a woman, for any woman that you see, any career woman, behind every career woman you're seeing now is a support system. I don't want to say supportive husband, because maybe her husband was not supportive, but there was basically people that were supporting her. It might have been her family, might have been her husband, but she had support system. So it might have been her husband as well, if you want to go in that direction.
These things are not established facts, all right?
Yes, but one thing I know.
One thing we know for
a fact
is that even if she was doing any underground work,
she was
all
not
right?
even
Okay.
if, because they don't just appoint somebody.
When she was doing the underground work and whatnot,
yeah,
all right. Now, first of all, her children are not kids.
Yeah,
all her children are grown adults.
Yeah.
All right. So, raising a child, there is an important period in a child's life where he or she needs present parents. All right. At the point then you have instilled values, you have taught this child. You can now basically leave them to be their own person. Okay. So let's. I could guess that none of her children were born after 1995.
Yeah, sure.
I could make that guess. All right. And now somebody who was appointed as a minister in around, Jonathan came into office, was it 2011 or so? All right. So you see, this is like early 2010s. So you see, she definitely have had the whole of the 2000s, for instance.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. For her to be appointed as minister,
I don't like how we are discussing
that we you're the one that brought it up. But what I'm trying to say is that for her, let's just agree that for her to have been noticed to be a means she was already in the corporate world.
But she took
working.
She took time to raise her children.
Is that what she told you? Is that what she told you? Okay, if you notice, in this our conversation, there's always, it's always good to have that discussion on when to stop, because, like I told you, me and Kenneth, we used to argue for hours on end every time. So the main thing is that you just know that sometimes you cannot, end up at a middle ground. So you just cut off the arguments because it's heading nowhere. So the third thing I want to ask is, as a all these things are centered around marriage. I don't know why, but like as a man, do you think it is solely your right and responsibility to tell a woman to dictate how many children you would have in your marriage?
No.
Ha.
It is not.
Patriarch, is this you?
You don't dictate. All right. Nobody dictates anything.
You're saying nobody dictates anything, but from the conversation we've been having here since, You've been doing power.
No. What I said is this. Now, in fact, the only people who talk about dictation are female folk. I don't think you'll ever hear any man. Yes. If you walk around this UNN street now, ask random girls. Ask it like this: who do you think should decide how many children a couple should have?
So, what do you think?
It has to be an agreement.
Okay.
Between the both of them.
This one is not sounding very patriarchal because I agree with you.
It's not about, no. This is it's not even patriarchal. It's common sense. Okay. Yeah. The problem is that
you're trying to say that a lot of women say that they are the ones that decide how.
Yes, that's the problem. Many women will tell you today that they are the ones who have the sole prerogative.
Are they wrong?
They are wrong.
Why are they wrong?
They are wrong because you're married.
Okay.
All right. If you're married, you're not free. You're not by yourself. You're not
make
single.
Decisions by
you can't
yourself.
make those decisions by yourself because a man married you. One of the reasons why he married is because he wants children. All right.
Who told you? Is marriage just about having children?
Just about. No, it's not. But it's one of the very important elements.
Okay. What if there's a situation where, God forbid, though, but the person you married has it's in sort of like a complication where the doctor says, okay, after 2 children, if you have more than 2 children, if you attempt to have a 3rd child, there'll be serious complications. But you now, as a man, you have discussed that it's 4 children that you want. Because you look at someone that want a big family.
I want 6 children.
You want 6 children?
Yes.
Okay. Before we get into that, so what will be your stance in this?
Now, you're the one that just told me that some people, cannot have more than 2 children. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, in fact, that has made me now. I will, before I even marry anybody, I will try and find out that.
No, that's the thing. Like,
because
sometimes
for somebody like me,
I want
many children.
That's the thing. Like, sometimes, most of the time, you don't know that you cannot have more than 2 children. It's when, like, maybe the second one is very, very, like, was very, very complicated, and you go and see the doctor, and the doctor says it's best you just stop.
So if it is now that I find this out when we're already married,
right? We find it because she did not know.
Yeah, we find out this while we're already married, and then after the second child, there was a problem. So
So what? So what will happen?
I will not.
You will not stop. You will not. You will not what?
I will not. It won't be a problem. Okay. Why? Because I can. This is not her.
Yeah, it's not a her problem.
All right. She's not deciding to. She can't. It's not her fault that this happened.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You said you want 6 children now.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, like you've already said...
4 boys and 2 girls.
You're even selecting the gender.
Yeah, of course now. I want many boys, so...
I hope you know that it's the man's... It's actually the man's...
Yeah, you're the one that has to give the... to give the wife before...
Thank God you're a science student, so you know all that.
Of course I know now, yeah.
So, like, you've already said now that you want 6 children. And let's say life is not perfect. You might find a woman that believes in all these ideologies. I really pray for you that you find a woman that believes in all these ideologies. But definitely there are some things that, she might say, or there's some things that she might believe in that you cannot... Everybody... Yes.
Yeah, nobody's...
So what if one of the things is that she comes from a big family, right? And she doesn't even like the dynamics of a big family. And she wants a small family. She wants 3 children. And you said now that I want 6 children. So, whose truth will prevail in that moment?
If you want 3 and I want 6, then we'll meet at the middle now. Let's say 5. 5 is fine.
How is 5 the middle between 3 and 6?
Can you have 4.5? You can't have 4.5 now.
If
you can't...
I'm waiting for you to say that she was born that.
No.
You're not giving me the patriarchy vibe. You off the record.
I told you.
You were saying things. That's why I had to bring out my... You can imagine for me to bring out my mic.
You didn't ask me this thing before, and I wouldn't have answered it that way. Yeah, it's very simple, Sha. It's very, very simple.
So you meet at the middle.
You meet at the middle.
Right? What if she's adamant? She's like, I don't like. That's the only thing that is wrong in your, marriage.
Then it can't work for me.
It can't work for you.
Because for me, it's a very important thing.
Do you think that as a man now, every single thing that is important for you must happen, and you are not meant to make compromises from your own end?
It depends on what. Some things are negotiable. Some things are not so important. All right. For instance, let's say I want the woman that's light skinned. For instance,
Okay.
Okay? And that is my choice.
Yeah.
But it's not unnegotiable. All right? I will not say because I'm the girl I'm with, because she's not light skinned, because she's dark skinned, I'll not say no.
Okay.
But this issue of, children.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's very important.
I know why I want many children.
Not only you
Yes.
know why you want many children.
For me, it's important.
What I'm trying to say is, okay, looking at all the things that are like really, really important to you now. Let's say there are 5 things that are important to you.
Yeah,
5 core things. Why are you smiling? That are important to you. And now, do you think that as a man, all these 5 things
That they
must be there? You're not making any compromises. Because like you said, marriage is a partnership. And marriage is full of compromises. So do you have that mindset that as a man, my word prevails? What I say is what is going to happen because you're a man.
Anyway, if you have 5, if I have 5 things, because you're putting me on the spot, everything's about what I would do.
Because
if I have 5 things that are very, very important to me.
Yeah.
Now, if you're saying very, very important, it means that they are not negotiable.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right?
I think I'm phrasing the question wrong. Let's say you people have met in the middle, like this person is compatible, like from what you were able to see before you got married, people are compatible, people are, you're
fine,
married, you're fine, you're good to go. Now, you know that there are times in marriages where where a compromise needs to be made. Do you understand? And now, this compromise from your own end, do you think that a man should make compromises in marriage?
Everybody makes compromises. Everybody adjusts.
Everybody adjusts.
Yes, definitely. Okay. Everybody adjusts.
Your
All right,
Patriarchy
but
is not
the question of why you asked me, whose word prevails?
whose
All right?
word prevails?
The man's word prevails.
The man's word prevails.
Yes.
In every situation.
Look,
Why are you pausing?
I'm pausing because
You just said the man's. I'm saying, is it in every situation?
in every situation.
Yes.
If you can't agree with your husband,
Uh,
if you can't convince him of your point,
uh,
then you agree with him.
what of the other way around? What if your wife wants to do something that you don't agree with?
That I don't agree with.
Yes.
And she
And
has tried her best
she has
to
not-
convince me,
yes.
and I'm not convinced.
Yes, what will happen?
Then she will not do it.
She will not do it.
Yes.
But you now, if you try to convince your wife and she doesn't agree, will you still go ahead and do what you want to do?
Yes.
Hey!
Yes.
Kenechukwu!
Yes, I said it. I said it because look, in my I've here before now. Marriage is not 50-50.
What is marriage?
There is no equality there.
What's marriage?
You get somebody is more authoritative than the other.
Okay. So because you're more authoritative, you feel like even if your wife doesn't agree whatever you want to, you're going to go ahead and do what you want
Now,
to do.
I'm not going
what you bloody please.
I won't be the man that does not consult the wife.
I keep on saying this. Don't change your number. You need to see the wife, the person that you marry.
We're still here now. I will be the one that will do whatever I want. Not minding what she thinks.
But you just said now that despite what she thinks, you will still go ahead and do what you want to do.
If she cannot, if we disagree, if we disagree, and I'm convinced in my own mind of what I want to do, I will still do what I want to do.
But she cannot do what she wants to do, even if you're not convinced. Yes or no?
She cannot. Yes.
Why? Because you're the man.
Look, in the olden days, right? People refer to their husbands.
In the modern days,
people refer to their husband as Lord. That's the mentality of marriage. Or if you people are trying to make a decision, okay, and then you cannot agree on a point, the man has the right to say, "This is my decision. This is final. I'm having none of this again." Because
you're the Lord over.
You are. Thank you very much. It's as simple as that. All right. Okay. Now, a woman. You should know how to play your cards as a wife. A man that you are with, you should know what to do to that man to listen to you. A woman's power is not by contention. You should know how to manipulate your husband.
Please tell us how to manipulate men. Manipulation 101.
Figure it out.
You should figure it out.
You're the one who is sleeping with the man. You're the one who is sleeping with the man. You should know what to do.
Okay.
How to get him to
dance
to your tune.
Okay. Is there any other thing that is widely accepted now that you're not having? In terms of let's not talk about marriage now. Like we've talked about marriage a lot. Like in the society nowadays, is there anything that now seems like it is acceptable, but to your traditional self, it is biting you and is annoying you?
Lots of my problems with people in our generation now, has to do with their attitude towards, relationships and marriage and so on.
Yeah.
All right. I talked about the issue of cooking.
It's true. Okay, wait. Let me ask the question. So there's this thing going on Twitter now, right? So let me paint the scenario for you. So there's a family of is it 4?
Yeah, there are 4. Yeah.
There are 4: mom, daughter, son,
father.
and father. Now the mom has to be unavoidably absent. She has to, she doesn't stay with them because of work and things like that. So it's marrying the daughter, the son, and the father. So now the whole thing just came up that, okay, the daughter is refusing to cook, or was refusing to cook because she had online classes, right? And then there was I don't know whether it's younger, but her brother was around and her dad was also around. So she refused to cook, and it got so bad that her dad had to call her mom to complain, and her brother also called her mom to complain. Now Kene had very strong emotions concerning that, so let's hear from him.
So, let me start to answer it this way, so that those who want to run mad can run mad once. If I were the father of that girl, in fact, what will I even say now? If I were the father of that girl, well, first of all, the man is a weakling. Let me even start like that.
The man is a weakling.
The father, that man is a very weak and useless man. Because you calling your wife to report to her that your daughter refused to cook. In fact, you should have been doing that with that girl outside your house already.
Doing what?
Like reporting to your wife. Like, the point is this, you should have handled that girl.
Yeah, without.
If I were the one, I would so discipline her. She will move out of my house.
You will send
her.
I
will send her out of the house.
Look,
I will send her out of the house. You are in my house, eating the food I pay for under my shelter. Who is paying for the online class? The school you're going to, who is paying for it? All right. So you see how people think that you're having online class, whatever. Like what the fuck, guy? And your father is hungry and without food.
Yeah.
All right. And then you are forming big girl, an 18-year-old girl.
Yeah, she was 18 years. She said she was 18.
Little girl. Not even like a grown working class lady. One punch.
Okay, so it now brought us to the conversation of cooking, and I asked,
is it a gender role or which one?
Is cooking meant only for women, or should everybody cook? Should everybody know how to cook?
Cooking is, yes, a life skill, but it's also a gender role.
Okay.
All right. It is both of them at the same time.
So
it's a life skill.
Explain yourself.
It's also a gender role. It's a life skill because if you don't know, if you cannot cook and then you're in a place where nobody can cook for you, you will.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
You have to buy food. Like if you're in a place where you cannot cook for yourself and then you don't have money, then. Okay.
So, but if you find yourself in a situation where there's a girl around the vicinity, doesn't have to be your sister, doesn't have to be your mother. Once there's a girl around you, because it's a gender role now. Wait, once there's a girl around you, God forbid that you cook. The only reason why you should cook is when it's only boys that are around.
That is debunked. I do not say that. If there is a girl, what is your business with the girl? What is the relationship going on there?
Okay, so there has to be a relationship before she cooks for you.
Let's say
answer now.
Yes, there has to be something.
So it's not a gender rule now.
It's a general rule.
Where?
If I'm with a woman, and like maybe my girlfriend or my fiance or my wife, you must be the one to cook.
You must be the one. Yes. Be the one to cook.
It is your job to cook. That's not saying that I cannot cook.
But you will not cook because she's around.
Yes.
Okay.
I won't cook because you're around. But I can decide to, when I'm feeling in a good mood, I can decide to cook.
Okay, when you're feeling in a good mood.
Yes.
So now, are you saying that since that girl now, because I'm not on her side totally, because if it was me, right, even if maybe I want to teach my brother how a lesson how to cook, because cooking is a life lesson. I believe that cooking is a life. Everybody should know how to cook. But for the mere fact that my father is in that house, I will cook. Do you understand? Because I cannot be starving my father because I want to teach. I feel like she wanted to. I don't even know what I'm not going to think for her, Sha. But if I was in that situation where it was just me, my brother, and my father, I would definitely cook more because my father was around. Now, are you trying to say that boy now, as he's supposed to be a gender role, as the woman in the house did not cook,
he will not eat?
He will not eat. Abi?
That is his
because even in the thread, she was saying that she now, even was so intentional because she would just go out, buy food for herself, and come back and eat. So you now, as a human being yourself, there is raw food in the house. Maybe you don't have money. So because the person that has the role, the gender role, that said I'm not cooking, you will not eat. Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know how to cook now. I cook more than most girls yourself.
No. I'm saying, I'm talking about like in that situation.
In that situation, first of all, the boy, since the girl is not cooking, which is a problem, it's already a problem.
Okay.
All right. If I were the boy, if I were the brother, my father will not go hungry for no reason. So I will cook.
But you don't know how to cook because you said it's gender role. So because this thing, it goes deeper than just saying it's gender role. Because it's a gender role, right? Obviously, while they were growing up, the mom prioritized teaching the girl how to cook, and not both ways. That is why now somebody is using food to insult the brother, and he's chopping the insult. He's calling the mother of, "Well, mommy, I'm hungry. She's not." If out there, Maggie.
That in itself is wrong because everybody should know how to cook. Okay, it is like I said, or like we said, it is a life skill. Okay, it helps you personally. Okay, but again, it's also a general because it is. Yes.
Can I say that he will send his daughter packing? Packing to where?
If she does that, I will beat her first of all. To start with, I said it before.
Of course, you already said that.
I will beat blue and black out. She will know what are you talking. How can you 18 years? She never passed the beat.
And it's actually from this conversation that we now started talking about whether you would beat a woman.
So I said, of course, everybody should know how to cook, all right? But then if, and again, I said that a sister is not obligated to cook for her brother, okay?
So where does the gender role come in, actually? Because you're saying two things now. You're saying that once a woman is present in, a family structure, she is the one to cook. So now you're now saying that a sister is not obligated to cook for her brother.
See the thing here. When they say that thing of gender roles, okay, it comes most specifically between husband and wife.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
But now, yes, when there's a woman in the vicinity, she should be the one to cook because it is the proper thing. All right. For instance, I'll tell you about my family. Okay. We are 4 boys and 1 girl. The girl is the youngest. All right. We are all much older than her. Okay. When we are all around, it is her job. Although nobody really, in fact, we see that her job to cook because she's the woman there. All right. So even if she will not even refuse to cook because of she sees this as her senior brothers. Have to eat.
Yeah.
Okay, and she has to prepare food for her senior brothers. So, and that is the way woman should be. That you are the one who is arranging those things in the house. Okay?
As your role and responsibility.
Yes.
You also mentioned how she doesn't do any hard work. So
yeah.
So you guys do the fetching of water and all those other stuff, and then she's the one that does the washing of plates.
My sister for years has never lifted any pail, any bucket of water in the house. All right. She hardly even does sweeping. Anything that requires
sweeping, because sweeping a man's job.
Because we are many boys now, so we do those ones too.
Yeah.
All right. But about she doesn't like I said, she hardly.
But she knows how to sweep.
Of course, she does.
Okay.
Now we're all away from home.
She's the one doing.
She's only there with her immediate senior brother. That is the youngest boy.
Yeah.
All right. So of course she'll be sweeping and she'll be doing some other things, but not that the boy will be
lazy now.
Lazy and doing nothing, sha. But the point is still that the boys do the hard work.
And the girls do the
work that require muscle.
Kitchen work.
The girls do the soft work, the kitchen work. So I think that is basically the way it should be. All right, it is not proper for.
In conclusion, better know how to cook, be it man or woman, because God forbid that I know somebody that they are using food that you don't know how to cook to mess with you. That in itself is something very, very embarrassing.
I currently am a single man living alone.
And you're cooking and eating your food.
And
exactly.
But
because there are some people that have this thing ingrained in their mind so much that okay, it's a gender role. So to themselves, they now start to look for women that will cook for them. Like that's what I was asking you. So if there's a woman around the vicinity, that means you will not cook.
If I'm seeing a woman,
be it just a friend though.
A friend, no. I want you to be with your friend.
Not friendship.
Are you paying about? You've
not seen anything, honestly. So in conclusion, there's a lot can I say that I don't agree with, honestly. But a lot of them, like laying your hand on a woman, we're not going to get into that because if you guys can't, I'm already exhausted because we had been arguing like for 1 hour prior before we started this. Before I decided to bring my podcast, I said it's not only me that will hear this thing. God forbid there's only me that hears this thing. So like I've exhausted my points. There's something I've not told this boy. As a man, no reason whatsoever should make you lay your hand on a woman. But Kene has a different opinion, and I know Kene.
What if she beats you first?
Okay, that's where I draw the line. Okay. Imagine where I was saying.
So there's a line. No problem now.
You can't, as a woman, be saying that a man should not beat you. You now go and now be beating a man.
It has happened many times that a woman will beat a man, will be bold enough to slap the man, and then expect that he does not like in. No. It happens all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like me personally, I don't agree with that.
A woman will.
I don't agree because that's manipulative. Manipulation in the highest form. You cannot inflict injury on me. You cannot inflict pain on me, and I'll be saying, "Don't beat me." That's manipulation. That's devil work. But I'm trying to say that when it's just words that you're talking, you will now, because you're provoked, be slapping a woman.
Words can be more painful than a stab.
I understand that, but once you're the one, be it a man or a woman, to initiate anything physical violence, you are wrong.
No,
you are in the wrong.
As a wife, look, please don't annoy. Don't annoy.
Annoyance will come. Stop saying don't annoy, because you will also annoy your wife. You also annoy. There's nothing like you also annoy your wife, but then you're not. We are getting to that point. We are talking at the same time. And we will never ever agree. Like I know you, we will not agree. So let's just, in conclusion, any side you're on, Patriarchy FC or Feminist Coalition, everybody at the end of the day find somebody that that has the same values with you, things are like. Don't come and start, talking to somebody that has a different opinion and forcing down your own opinions on the person. That's inhumane.
Agreed.
So if you're patriarchal, find a traditional woman as well. If you're a feminist, and there are feminist men out there, find a feminist man as well.
Feminist men are weaklings.
Okay, that's where we are going to stop. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening to the end. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like what you hear, kindly remember to leave comments on Spotify. Like, comment, share to your loved ones, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.